This Excel workbook will help you track all your income and expenses. It can also help you to balance all your checking accounts, saving accounts, and credit cards. The first step is to go to the setting worksheet and set up all your accounts. In the first table, you need to add all the accounts that you want to track, including credit cards, checking accounts, and saving accounts. You can also have a cash account here. Currently, I have one cash account. The starting date is January 1st, 2025, and let's assume at this date I have $100. I'm going to enter 100 in this cell and press enter. I have a Discover credit card. From this drop-down menu, I can select credit card. As of January 1st, 2025, I have $50 debt on this credit card. Enter -50 in this cell. I will add a few more accounts. I have a checking account as Chase. This is a checking account. As of January 1st, 2025, I have $1,250 in this account. So credit cards are entered as negative values. Checking and saving and cash accounts are entered as positive values. I have a saving account at Chase. It's a saving account. And let's assume I have $250 in this account as of January 1st, 2025. So the day you start setting up this account, you need to enter the current balance of all accounts. So this file can track the balance of all those accounts. You can track up to 25 accounts using this file. Next, you need to set up your expense categories. You need to enter the expense category name, group, monthly budget, and description. For example, I want to track my rent. I can rename this to rent. If I have a budget for that, I can enter it here. My budget for rent is $1,200. You don't have to enter your monthly budgets, but this will help you to track your expenses based on your budgets. I will assign each one of these expense categories to one of these 5 groups. The first group is must. The things that you cannot avoid, like rent, mortgage, utilities, internet, cell phone, HOA, property tax, and so on. The second group is for daily living, like grocery, car payment, gas, public transportation, car maintenance, kids, pets, education, etc. You have some control on these accounts. The third group is lifestyle, such as restaurants, bars, coffee shops, takeout, travel, shopping, subscription, and so on. These are the ones that you can actually start controlling. There are 2 more groups, financial goals and debt, such as debt payment, interest fees, retirement saving, stock investment, and the last group is miscellaneous, the ones that it doesn't fit in the previous groups. So rent is group 1 and my monthly budget is $1,200. If you have a description, you can enter that here. Utilities is group 1. Healthcare is group 1. Groceries is group 2. If there's any expense category that you want to track, you can add it here. And if there is any expense category here that doesn't apply to you, you can delete that. For example, I'm going to delete job-related expenses. I also don't need the last 2 categories, so I can delete them here. These are just recommended categories. You can make any adjustments. You can track up to 10 sources of income. For example, if you have more than 1 income, you can list them here and have a description. If you have incomes like rental income, you can track those also. And if you're getting some tax returns or interest, you can put them in income other. After setting up all these accounts, you can start tracking your transactions. All transactions will go into the transactions worksheet. There are 4 different types of transactions. The first one is expenses. If you want to delete a transaction, you can just select them and press the delete key on your keyboard. I'm going to enter my first transaction. The date goes here. This is January 2nd, 2025. Next is the amount. I spent $55 on groceries. Amount goes here. Select the account you used. I used my Chase Freedom card. The category is groceries. You can find all the categories you entered from this drop-down menu. and I'm going to select groceries. Or I can just type the first few characters of that category and you will find them here. All transactions should be assigned to one of these categories. I don't need transfer to account and return for this transaction, but if I have any description, I can enter them here. You don't need to enter any values in this column. The numbers will be generated automatically when you start entering your transactions. I will add one more transaction, January 5th, 2025. I had a takeout for $25. I used my Discover card. I can select it from drop-down menu or I can type DI and I will see Discover card here. This is takeout. I will add one more expense transaction. Let's assume I purchased some items on Amazon for personal care. I use my Chase Freedom card and these are for personal care category. I can explain what those items are in the description. I decided to return part of this January 10, 2025. I have a return of $100. So I'm going to record my second type of transaction, returns. Return will go to the same account and you need to select the same category as the expense category, which was personal care. And you need to check this box. To record your incomes, enter the date, the amount, the accounts that your income goes into. My income goes to my Chase checking account, and the category is my income one. So if I scroll all the way down, I can find my income one here. You can also record transfer from one account to another one. Enter the date, enter the amount. I will transfer $250 from my checking account to my saving account. The account that you're transferring your money from goes here. The category is transfer between accounts, and the account that your money goes into should be selected here, which is my saving account. This will decrease your checking account balance and will add it to your saving account balance. The last type of transaction is paying a credit card. Enter your date, enter the balance you're paying. I want to pay this balance from my Chase checking. The category is pay credit card, and I want to transfer this to my credit card account. As you continuously enter your transactions, your dashboard will show the current status of your finances. You can see your total assets and your total debt here, top expense categories. Currently, my grocery is my top expense category. You can see your income and expenses, and also total income minus expenses. If you have budget for your accounts, those will be shown as gray bar. This is your annual budget and annual view. The green bar shows the actual. On the right hand side, you can see the balance of each one of your accounts, the credit card accounts, and checking and saving accounts. You need to select the correct year from this menu. Scroll down to see your monthly view. From cell D37, you can select the month that you're currently tracking, the incomes for that month, expense by category and also budget, and expense by account. You can also see your total income and your total expense for that month. The only cells that you need to adjust on this dashboard is the year and the month. All other information will be retrieved from your transactions. Your annual view shows a summary of all your transactions. This table will show you where your money is coming from and where your money is going into. You can see your incomes here. You can see different groups and the categories for each group. For example, in February, I can see my car payment is $400, my childcare is $450, my grocery is $650, and it's highlighted as red because it's above my budget, and transportation $220. The total amount for this group for February is $1,720. And you can see all the other categories here. In Transactions Filter Sheet, you can filter your transactions based on different criteria. based on minimum amount and maximum amount. You can have the start and end date to filter your transactions for those dates. You can select categories from here. You can select the accounts that you want to filter your data for. When you're done with your filter, you can select them and remove them from here. Note that you cannot make any changes to your transactions from this sheet. You can just filter them and find them here. If you want to make any adjustments, you need to go back to your transactions sheets to make the changes. I'm going to delete groceries and the minimum and maximum range from here. So to summarize, you just need to set up all your accounts. Then you only need to enter your transactions in the transactions sheet. Everything else will be tracked by this worksheet automatically. Thanks for using this file.